Time for a dramatic entrance. We're live, pal. We're live, pal. And just a little bit. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's live edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I'm the Athletic Geek, and I'm joined this week, once again, Jedi Jason Kruger.
Hello.
And it is the go-home week for Evolution, and... well,
yeah, in case you missed it.
In case you missed it, which you wouldn't be alone, but we have a lot to talk about, a lot of shocking news, both in the positive and the negative sense. But
your head is cut off.
My head is cut off, so we're gonna fix that.
We're a little bit on lag, so it's gonna take a minute.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Okay, get ready to flip it. We know you'll be sad if you can't see our beautiful faces. So
Now it's just upside down. What the actual fuck? Man, this is just a disaster today.
Hi, Ray.
Ray, it's you! Things are going, like, not good right now. I don't understand. Things are usually so much better. I don't understand it. It's like... Alright, there we go. Yay!
Yeah, that'll do it. Alright.
Live TV, pal.
That's right.
But this
I'm not
is
sure
the...
how we're going to do this.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, since we're going to be, we may not be able to keep up so much with the chat because we'll actually have a special guest this week. A friend of mine from Starcast, the Lunatic Bay. She's going to be making her opinions known on this week's show. It's a really, really eventful week, both on the positive and the negative side of things. But
yes, indeed.
This is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Jedi and myself have been watching wrestling together for many, many years. And we love it. We love discussing it with all of you. And, like the NWA 70th anniversary? Yeah, it might be. But at the end of the day, we are not wrestling insiders. We're just two fans. We don't use insider terms whenever we, discuss with you people. You people, that sounds so wrong. I apologize. We discuss with you other fans. You people, I'm just...
We're not above you, so we don't try to pretend like we're something in the business.
Because all we are
fans.
is just two marks. Just two marks. And three today because, well... We're gonna call somebody else, so if we can just somehow figure out a way on Jedi's phone here. We're gonna get the raw thoughts. And we're gonna call the Lunatic Bay up. Maybe.
Where's the speaker?
The speaker. Hello. Hello, we're live.
Oh, hey guys!
Hello, that's the Lunatic Bay from Starcast.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing great. So first thing we're going to talk about, I guess we'll just start off on the negative side of things first. This is going to talk about, unfortunately, Roman Reigns' diagnosis, which is probably the saddest part of any...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of overshadowed everything.
Yes. We're not going to dwell on it, unfortunately. I said this on the Facebook page. If you've been watching the show, you know it's no secret. I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But-
I thought Roman was your favorite.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm very sad to hear about this. I never held any hard feelings towards Joe Anoa'i for doing his job, and
He's just doing what he's told, you know.
Right.
I know, and it's always been a matter for me of just character. I don't like the character. Like for instance, like.
Apologize. My phone's being a rebel there.
Phone being a rebel.
Making
G.I. Joe
noises.
just went off, so
That's right.
this is a crazy edition. This is just it's a wacky edition of the show this week.
Hey, there's nothing geekier than Generation 1 G.I. Joe.
Oh
so,
no.
I mean...
But to me, it's just always a matter of character. But we're all very sad to hear about his diagnosis, and I really, sincerely hope that he's able to,
Especially since this is round 2.
just able to not only get a speedy recovery, but just be able to come back and get back in the ring.
And if he can come back, just have a normal, healthy life.
Heck yeah.
Family,
Exactly.
You know, he's got kids and wife.
Yeah.
Just want Roman to be able to live, you know, a long, healthy life.
Exactly. Like I said, the fact that I, boo his presence on television does not mean I wish anything ill will towards his health.
That's been the amazing thing that I've seen online, is that people who were booing him, they're now supporting him and wishing him well. It's really nice to see how everybody's come together
Exactly.
over this.
Oh, yeah.
We can, when I feel it's, at this point, maybe a little in poor taste to talk about his recovery and how to, use him in storylines.
Oh, yeah.
Past
They should
recovery.
use him in the storyline.
Well, I meant I already see some people, and I'm not knocking him, talking about hey, this will be, he'll be the greatest hero of all time when he comes back. I feel at this point maybe it's, I don't want to say disrespectful, but just maybe wrong timing to start talking about stuff like that. But, we wish Roman Reigns, Joanna White a real speedy recovery.
That's right.
But
so we'll let him do his thing and hopefully get better. In the meantime, we'll move on to everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I think the hardest part of Raw was watching the reactions, like Seth Rollins.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, Rollins was breaking down.
From what I hear, he didn't really tell anybody ahead of time, so
I know.
everybody found out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Corey Graves was breaking down like in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And the one that got me, and I'm not that emotional person, I saw Braun Strowman crying and hugging Roman. I lost it.
Yeah.
That's like, this 400-pound man, crying.
Yes.
It just broke my heart.
It's terrible. It's just.
Yeah, it was a total shock. Any of us expected Raw to open like that.
And like, I think like you even messaged me on the way to work, going like, hey, apparently Roman might be hurt. And I'm like, and I'm just kind of thinking like, oh well, maybe he'll take the house shows off or this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
And then I get out to my car after work and I look on my phone and there's like all the people like, dude, that's really, really sad about Roman. And I'm like, oh, did he get hurt? Like, I'm here thinking like, oh, did he like tear a tricep? Did he get a concussion? Did he have to?
Yeah.
Did something like that happen? Like, oh, and then I look on there like Roman. Oh, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I actually
started Raw on time. I came back to my phone and like one of my friends messaged me and she goes, Roman Reigns has leukemia, and I was like, what? This is not what I expected to hear. It's just total shock.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, anybody who's watched this for any length of time knows that I just watch review shows, so I don't watch it live. So I think it was Tuesday morning when I got up for work. I look on Facebook and he's posted about Roman Reigns having leukemia, and I'm like, what? The actual what?
Inappropriate laugh there, but it's just.
Yeah. No, I know. Because I saw his post too, and I was like, well, I knew it was being discussed, or I didn't see it on his page. Like, wow.
Right. It's
But just to see the support from the fans and other wrestlers and other companies, like New Japan and Ring of Honor, even which
It's
I thought it was pretty cool because it's my football team, the San Francisco 49ers. It's also Roman's team. Dave sent some well wishes.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. Just so he's gonna have a lot of support. A lot of people praying for him.
A lot of people praying, and I'll fully admit, if he comes, when I'm at WrestleMania, if he comes back, I'm not gonna boo. I'm gonna jump out of my chair if Roman makes an appearance at WrestleMania this year. But
whenever he comes back, he's gonna get like a hero's welcome.
It's gonna be like Triple H, and Seth Rollins coming back like times a million for Roman.
Yeah. Difference between a career-threatening injury and a life-threatening disease.
Yes.
Yeah.
You beat that.
But on to a more, and it's more of an escapism.
I was going to say, more unimportant stuff that we like to talk about.
More unimportant stuff, but in defense of this, I think Roman would rather us be talking about this right now.
Yeah.
The shock, the villainous turn of Dean Ambrose after winning the Raw Tag Titles with Seth Rollins.
How could you?
He turns on Seth Rollins, and we've been talking about this for weeks.
I've been wanting Dean to turn since he came back from injury. And every week I'd get frustrated that Dean hadn't turned yet.
It almost got... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and even during the match, I'm watching my parents and my mom saying, there's no way they're going to turn him now. Not with what happened to Roman. They're probably going to put that on hold for a while. Surprise!
Yeah, that was, I mean, and people have gone back and forth on whether or not that was in good taste or not in good taste or this, that, or the other. But the bottom line is, like, that's good storytelling.
That was so brutal.
Mm-hmm.
He was bordering on like John Moxley levels of crazy. He finally lived up to that Lunatic Bay nickname.
I really want. I mean, I know he can't get like on the exact level that he was, in CCW, but get as close to that as you possibly can, and we're gonna be
the PG TV version.
Yeah, the PG TV version can still be.
Oh yeah.
Going back, like there were episodes of Batman the Animated Series that could be downright horrifying.
Dude,
you could still do that,
To more recently, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, not the one they're doing now, but the one before that, was always PG, but it was dark. Like,
right.
I wouldn't let a kid under 10 watch it, and sometimes not even that young. I was like, this is messed up.
And I feel that...
I'm watching it's a nice moment, they win, they're hugging, and then all of a sudden Dean hits Seth with the dirty deeds. And my jaw hit the floor. I could not believe it was happening.
It's the first time... I mean, I heard it from you before I got a chance to actually see it,
Yeah.
But... it was the first time, really, that I really could sense like the shock. You don't see things that shocking in WWE at least.
No.
So it's
that's what made it. I think the timing of it with Roman's announcement, they were all our emotions already in a high. Talk about Roman, and then Dean's just go off like that. It's like losing Roman, that thing that finally had Dean snap and just go crazy on Seth.
And it's gonna be very interesting.
It's interesting to see how they handle them as tag team champions.
Right.
Face Seth and Dean Ambrose.
And something else that will be interesting is like, so what's gonna become of the WrestleMania main event? Because like we were all thinking Shield triple threat, like is it just gonna be Dean versus Seth now? Like what is going to?
I don't know if they can.
It would be
make
nice
it to
to
WrestleMania
see Dean Seth in the main event. I think they've earned it.
Right.
I mean, selfishly, I'd really like AJ to get that main event spot, but we know as long as he's on SmackDown, even though it's
that's not happening.
Even though my opinion, SmackDown's still the best mainstream wrestling show on television.
Oh, by far better than Raw.
But
it's being 1 hour shorter makes the difference.
Yes. I remember it reminds me like in the old WCW days, like whenever Nitro went to 3 hours, it was like too much.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a lot to take in, and there's a lot of filler. They have to fill 3 hours of show.
And usually like we rag on Raw. Last couple weeks, like it's been the hot topic because they've had some good stuff, but. This week was the hot topic for
all the wrong reasons.
The wrong reasons and then the right reasons. Yeah.
The right reason with Dean and the wrong reason with Roman.
Exactly.
Yep. But ironically, the Dean thing wouldn't have been as impactful without the Roman thing.
That's true.
Weird how real life and stories work in that world.
That's pretty much, there's nothing really more that needs to be said, unless you guys have anything else you want to add as far as Raw is concerned.
Elias might be a good guy now.
Yeah.
That was a little bizarre. I know it's not that important.
I don't know if I'm
really
on board with that.
It's questionable.
He's been such a great heel.
I know.
Heel? What's a heel? What's a heel? I don't know these terms.
Sorry, I forgot, guys.
We forget all the time.
I forget all the time. He's
I'm
constantly
so
doing
used
that
to
to me.
saying that one. At
We
least.
all are.
We all are.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
That's
He is
right.
the bad guy. And
He's
now
so
he's
good
a
at
good guy. But he was. It's like, I don't know how I feel about this. Because, kind of go, as popular as they can be, like, go back to Bobby Roode. No, you don't turn them good just because they're entertaining. You know what I mean? It's just like, that can take away from the character.
It totally took away from Bobby Roode. He's been so
Oh
long,
gosh.
so
Oh
good.
gosh.
Mm.
Yeah.
He was so much better as the villain.
Mm-hmm. But,
So we'll see.
we'll see. We're going to make a quick little segue out of Jedi's realm of knowledge because the man has kids and doesn't have time to watch even some wrestling. And we're going to talk some breaking New Japan news right now.
Alright.
Well, Will Osprey is injured, and his match with Tai Chi next week at Power Struggle for the Never Openweight Championship is off. And that's some unfortunate news for Osprey because, yeah.
I was hoping for Osprey to beat Tai Chi and then Ibushi to challenge him at Wrestle Kingdom for the Never Openweight title. That's what I was hoping for. I think Osprey and Ibushi would have been a fantastic match, but who knows what they're going to do with that title now?
You could argue that Tai Chi is the answer to the question that no one asked, but I've really been kind of enjoying him. I've really been enjoying him the last couple of months, you know, since the G1 and him winning the title from Goto and everything. Not really the world's biggest Osprey fan. I mean, I respect the hell out of what he can do. It's just
me too.
not a style of wrestling that I it's not my favorite style of wrestling, but as
same thing. Yeah.
but as he proved against Hiromu, he can switch up his style, and that's what I was really interested in seeing with Tai Chi was how is Osprey going to change up, you know, some things like maybe wrestling a heavyweight, and I was curious to see what would kind of happen going into Wrestle Kingdom with possibly finally a junior winning the Openweight Championship now. And now it's just really unfortunate. You know, it kind of leads into the debate: is his style too dangerous? Well, you know, what kind of injury?
I heard he was just off before, and today they go, oh no, he's off Power Show completely. It was kind of disappointing. Yeah, it's like wow, Osprey's injured. I think Kenny Omega had a rib injury. It's what's going on out there in New Japan?
Yeah, it's hopefully best wishes out to Osprey. Hope he can have a speedy recovery. And I'm now just curious what's going to happen with the Never title, because for the first time in a long time, I was excited about a Never title match. I kind of don't understand the Never title.
Does anybody actually understand that title outside
No,
of Japan?
I just kind of think that it doesn't need to exist. But maybe with Osprey finally winning it, I'm like, okay, I get why this title exists.
That would have been a good way to push Osprey into the heavyweight division.
Yes, exactly. And you're right, you know, possibly wrestling Ibushi, and if God will it, you know, the Elite do not go to the WWE. I know. We have a daily stress support group.
Yeah.
What does this mean? Does this mean they're going? It could just be on a show. I don't know.
But really, Cody said he's not going to be at the Garden Show. It's like, is this for real, or is he, messing with us again?
Yeah, I don't know. Or are they messing with us to where we think to where they're going to make us think they're messing with us, but really we're getting us to let our guards down so that way they can really hit us in the stomach and rip our hearts out when they say they're leaving.
I don't want to think about, Ring of Honor and New Japan without those guys.
I don't want to think about this show that I just dropped a shit ton of money on to only have them be at TakeOver wrestling the Undisputed Era.
I don't know if that's enough to make me give up my Ring of Honor New Japan tickets. I think I'd still go because it's New Japan in New York, and I've always wanted that. And Even if my favorite wrestler Kenny Omega's not there, I'm still gonna go.
I'm on two minds about that. On one hand, I'm very much with the hey, it's Ring of Honor, this company you've supported for so long, finally running the Garden. So go there and support them. But on the other hand, it would be very much kind of like, if the Elite's not there, depending on the card, like this past year, I watched Super Card of Honor and TakeOver, and TakeOver was, like, far and away better than Super Card of Honor. And that ain't a knock on Super Card of Honor, just TakeOver was just a better show. And it just leave me kind of going, where's the better show going to be at, especially if the Elite are going to make their debut in NXT there.
Yeah, but if they stay where they are and they're at the Garden, that will be the better show.
Absolutely. And as I've kind of stated to you and on the show before, if they're going to go, I feel like they should wait till after the Garden, because to me, like, the Garden is kind of like the I've done everything I can for you kind of thing, like we've got you guys to the Garden, we're gonna go now.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're moving on,
yeah. One final goodbye. The final goodbye and good night is in Madison Square Garden. I don't want that, but I could live with that.
Yeah, but sure, Kenny. I hate saying these words, but if Kenny Omega goes to WWE, I'm pretty sure they let him keep goodbye and good night because they love a good catchphrase.
Okay, the final real goodbye and good night. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the final unscripted goodbye and good night.
Yeah, boy, we sure kicked the Undisputed Era's butts. Goodbye and good night, PG.
I'm just trying to imagine Kenny promos without any swearing in them.
Yeah.
Because he does do that occasionally. Not quite like Tama Tonga or Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson, I understand, like, why they had to script him whenever he was in developmental, because when you just take the reins off of him, it's just a swearing up a storm, but... Oh, speaking of which, when you were at Starcast, did you see the guy's custom-made Tama Tonga shirt?
No, I didn't see that.
And it had him from, like, it was like his press conference at, like, after his G1 match, and it just, like, has him on the bounce. It's like, who the fuck is you? So,
I missed that one.
I wish it was real. I want to buy that.
I did like the guy walking in the Kenny Omega Wrestle Kingdom gear from this year. That was...
I remember, we introduced you to him Friday night.
That's right. Because I was so disappointed I wasn't going to meet Kenny, and you're going, well, here's a Kenny. It's not the Kenny, but...
That's a Futurama reference if you've ever watched Futurama.
I have never seen Futurama, I'm sorry.
You're missing out, but it's a Futurama. Charlie knew what I was talking about. We had the joke, but... It ended up working out for you, and you still got to meet Kenny. And
I did. I had a little stroke of good luck at the last minute, and Lynn was running down Podcast Road at the very last minute to go meet Kenny, and I was the last person to get in and meet him. And it pretty much just made my weekend.
Yeah, it was, despite the ups and downs, Starcast, it was a fun weekend despite my...
It was.
Yeah.
That's why hopefully, they don't go to WWE, can have another All-In, have another Starcast.
Yeah, I just hope if there's another All-In, it's in Chicago again. I know you'd want to move it around, but...
I'm fine with it being in Chicago.
Chicago's a good centralized location.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle. You get people from the East Coast can get there easily, the West Coast, the South, Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
People come from all over the world for it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's a great location.
It was an international airport.
Well, there was a guy from Hong Kong in the Horseman dinner with me, and then there was also a guy from the UK in the X-Pac lunch with me.
You thought you spent a lot of money.
Yeah, here I'm thinking, like, I took a train from Southern Illinois to Northern Illinois. Look at me. And then, like, I came from the UK.
From New Jersey to Chicago. So.
Yeah. It's like when we went to lockdown in St. Louis, like, back down. I'm like, we drove 2 hours for this. We're hardcore TNA people.
That's right.
You know, I flew from Japan for this. Oh, well then.
Yeah. Yep.
And, going to the indie show in a couple weeks, Northeast Wrestling, where Kenny Omega will be there, Pentagon Jr.
You
Phoenix.
people get all the good things. People on the East Coast.
Well,
we found out Mick Foley will be doing a meet and greet there.
Wow.
I've met Nick. He's awesome. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go meet him too. So I'm gonna meet Kenny for the third time. Gonna go meet Penta in Phoenix for the first time. I gotta go meet Mick.
Wow.
You listen to this. I'm meeting Kenny for the third time. Here I was, doing a show after like the tickets sold out in 2 minutes. The first time this ever happened, and then getting lucky and getting him in when they sold out 20 seconds at Starcast. So.
Yeah. But
every now and again,
I was
something
going
good.
somewhere. Oh yeah. But now I can drive to see Kenny. I don't have to get on a plane to see him. It's nice.
That is nice.
If I could actually remember to speak to him, I might actually crack a joke of, "Hey, thanks for actually coming to the East Coast. I don't have to fly to see you this time."
That's right.
It involved a tank of gas and not an airfare. It's a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah. Well.
A couple weeks ago, if I hadn't been sick, we just missed the opportunity. Like 15 minutes from my house, there was a show, and Abyss was there doing a meet and greet.
And we live in such a small podunk town that any major wrestler ever coming to our town is like unheard of. And the fact that Abyss was there is a big deal for us. So
well, a town like a half hour south of us is going to have Donald Trump on Saturday. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Down here? How does he even know where we are?
Yeah. Not to. That's not commentary on whether we approve or disapprove of Donald Trump. It's just we're stating some facts.
We live in a cornfield. How do you know we're here?
I live in northern Jersey. I'm not far from New York City, so we get everything here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, we have corn.
It's all good. I've always consoled myself if we're ever invaded, this will be the last place they find, so.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Well, anything interesting that we need to talk about for SmackDown other than anything you want to add about SmackDown? Because I know the Lunatic Bay here. She's got to leave a little earlier because well.
Well, we can talk about Becky Charlotte and then I can go.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're going to start off with because that was the best segment as it has been.
It's been the best
every week
all year.
Yeah, this is the best WWE feud all year. Besides Ciampa and Gargano.
It's the best main roster.
Yes, no question there.
And this is a year where we had AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura and Daniel Bryan and The Miz.
Yeah.
And the best feud has been Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
It just shows the talent of both the women involved. Great segment, where Charlotte's kind of giving a pep talk to all the ladies on the NXT roster. Mm-hmm. Sarah Del Rey cameo, which made me, got me excited because
she was on the Mae Young Classic semifinals, presenting the roses to the finalists too.
Always a really sidebar real quick. Like I was really hoping that she would have got to be in the Women's Royal Rumble this year, just kind of as like a thank you. Like, hey, it's the trainer from down NXT. That's Sarah. Right. Whatever her real name is. So I was Sarah Amato. Like I was really hoping that they would have gave her a. But alas, they did not. But still.
Yep.
ADD aside, we go back to the segment. Charlotte's giving this pep talk to the ladies of NXT and saying, don't walk over people, but don't take shit from me. I'm paraphrasing here, and then it seems like
that's
this really
not very PG, man.
I didn't say we're not PG. We just don't use insider terms. We're TVMA all the way. Just no insider terms. You can say fuck all you want. Just don't say the H word or the BF word or.
Sorry, I slipped with those a couple times.
You're good. Jedi slips all the time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But Becky comes in and says, pretty much says like, no, you don't make friends because a friend will turn on you, and then they just beat Charlotte up, and just really, really awesome. It had the real, it felt real. Like, they
Mm-hmm. Right.
It felt very realistic, and it was just amazing.
You know, that's actually really good advice.
I'm a Lynch fan, and the longest time watching them do absolutely nothing with her is just so frustrating to see her now. Mm-hmm. It's so exciting. It makes me so happy as a fan of hers. And
oh yeah, she's been. Her and Bailey were my favorites. So like seeing her like actually get used to her potential.
Like yeah, she's not stuck in that ridiculous battle royal. We don't know what to do with you. No story thing.
Where they put
Asuka, yes.
Where they put Asuka.
Battle Royale. Brilliant.
I mean, but I bet y'all $5 each they bring up on commentary. Now what kind of good luck Asuka has in situations like these. She won the first Women's Royal Rumble.
Right.
Yeah, how did that work out for her?
Yeah. Getting to the end.
You're making me feel sad.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Just like I thought she'd win there, and then like it'd build up to her and Rousey this coming year.
Yeah.
But absolutely fucking not, apparently.
Well, I reckon
probably gonna give us Rousey versus Charlotte.
That's what I thought.
I don't know how that's gonna work if one's on Raw and one's on SmackDown, but who knows?
Charlotte could decide to challenge Rousey after winning the Women's Royal Rumble because.
That's what I thought.
Well, we'll get to that in the predictions part of things.
We'll get to the Raw Rumble prediction show in like 3 months.
Well, we got our Evolution predictions for later on in this here fine broadcast. But yeah, I thought that was one of the best segments in all of wrestling all year.
That's been the best part of SmackDown for the last 2 weeks is Becky versus Charlotte. Their match has been fantastic. Their segments have been fantastic. It's exciting. It's entertaining. And seeing this whole other side of Becky. It's so much fun.
The only thing, and I'm not complaining about it because I'm a Becky Lynch fan, the only thing it does is make me go like, hey, who's writing for them? Why aren't they writing for AJ's storylines? The champion! Like, the men's champion. Like, why aren't these things like,
Right.
Yeah, that ain't me like saying that AJ should be above them or that, what. I'm just saying like.
But he's the face. He's what was he? The face that runs the place? Is that his.
Yeah.
Is that his line?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's your world heavyweight champion. He should be having a bigger storyline.
Yeah.
When they're teaming him up with Daniel Bryan, it's like they're supposed to be feuding, not a tag team. That doesn't make any sense.
I kind of get what they're doing. Like, hey, they're both good guys. They both respect each other, so they're not gonna have knockdown dragouts. So we're gonna have them do this, and I kind of like how there's.
I got why they did that the first week. I'm a little.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not the second week, but the first week I liked it because it just they with the story of hey, an actual tag team are still going to beat these two guys no matter who they are because they're a team. I've enjoyed that part.
Second week, why did they do it again?
Yeah.
I guess they didn't have anything else for AJ and Dale to do that day.
And that is as much as I like SmackDown and. That is your failure of your writing staff right there. You don't have something for AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan to do?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure the writing staff was just...
They let Daniel and AJ have a match on SmackDown. It'd be amazing.
I'm hoping that AJ retains just because he's really closing in on 1 year.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so somewhere... Probably this week or so, so 350 days. So a couple more weeks, he'll be at a full year. So.
He'll be a full. I either think that he's either going to make a full year, which is going to be awesome because when he was in TNA, did you ever think in our wildest dreams that AJ would be in WWE, 2 be the champion, 3 maybe hold it for a year? That's
just as much as I thought Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe would be an exciting feud for a month.
Yeah,
I mean didn't go anywhere after that, but that was great. That build up to it.
Oh yeah.
Involving Brock Lesnar is exciting because he never shows up.
Well, he might become Universal Champion again, unfortunately, but that's another debate for another day.
All right, first you talk about the Elite going to WWE. Now you're talking about Brock Lesnar Universal Champion. Are you trying to give me nightmares, man?
I'm not trying to. I'm just a realist.
Well, reality sucks.
Yeah, that's why we watch wrestling. And now wrestling's like ruining our reality.
Yeah. Right.
We need a break from reality, so we watch a bunch of guys fighting.
Well, you know, we could watch Justice League.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's an okay movie.
I think I'd
It's an
rather
okay
watch a Bella's match than Justice League movie.
Y'all just a bunch of haters. It's a good movie. It's not as good as the Avengers, but it's a good movie. It's a solid base hit.
It's not as good as the Avengers, except maybe Guardians of the Galaxy or Captain America: Winter Soldier.
My two favorite movies of comic book. We're just bleeding all parts of this here YouTube channel in. My two favorite comic book movies are Logan and Dark Knight. Those are my two favorites.
Dark Knight and the Avengers for me.
Yeah, the Avengers is like solid number 3 behind all of them. It was number 2, and then I saw Logan. I'm just like, it's the best thing. It's still awesome.
I still haven't seen Logan.
You owe it to yourself to see Logan.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I will have to get to it.
Yes, and not Sarah Logan, even though she's more talented.
I don't want to watch a Sarah Logan movie.
Deadpool 2 has some nice references to Logan, so that was encouraging.
I need
Check
to
it
see
out.
that too.
Those jokes make sense.
Yeah. Yes. Watch Logan, then watch Deadpool 2 again.
Oh,
But
good
watch
to know.
Deadpool 2 again? Okay.
yeah.
good to know. All right, I'll go in that order.
Yeah, that's Miz and Rey Mysterio had a good match. Randy Orton,
Fought Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy again.
For some reason.
For that whole World
Yeah,
Cup.
I know, but
World Cup for the whole doohickey crown jewel that
United
everybody.
States World Cup.
It's the World Cup, and it's of all American wrestlers.
Yeah.
I heard one two personalities say, well, naturally, because Americans are the best in the world. I was like, oh.
Get everybody fired up. but you couldn't have put like Almas
Right.
or Rusev. And Rusev. Speaking of Rusev,
yeah.
Nakamura. Well, they gave Ray and Nakamura a bet. Like you couldn't have done this at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Like make them the finals
Right.
or something.
Right.
That's perfect.
Heck yeah.
I know. You know, you couldn't have put Almas in there. You couldn't have put. I mean, I know Rusev's kind of doing his thing with Aiden English, which I guess that's over now.
Yeah.
I guess that's over.
It would seem so.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
way to
WWE
capitalize
games
on.
never end.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. Aiden's gonna lose about 3 more times on TV.
Yeah.
And then he'll lose the on the kickoff show, and then it'll be over.
Yeah.
So. I mean that's I mean like SmackDown was solid, but it's just like everybody's talking about Raw because of something very, very tragic and unfortunate, but then something also very, very awesome in the same show. So, you know.
Yep.
Not gonna steal from other YouTube, but I think Raw wore it better. But yeah, it's pretty much anything else. Anything else for SmackDown?
I don't think so. I
No.
think we're just down to Mae Young Classic and Evolution now.
All right, well, and for that, unfortunately, we need the other phone.
Alright.
So we're gonna say goodbye. Hopefully, we have her back because
Yeah, definitely would love doing it.
this is awesome. I like this this dynamic
Yeah.
here. It'll have to
It's
be.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll have to change the name of the show, but I like this dynamic here.
Well, Billy just means that you can change from just 2 marks to just 3 marks.
Or we could become the Just Us Marks, and we could all do the show dressed as members of the Justice League.
Sorry, I only have Marvel gear.
Don't worry, I got extra DC stuff. I can loan it out.
I was gonna say you're a disembodied voice right now, so it's all right.
What's up?
So I have to lower myself wear DC gear. Come on.
The comics are better. The comics are better than Marvel comics.
I will give DC one thing: they have better villains than Marvel.
DC for me, like Marvel has the better movies, but to me, like right now, DC does. And I'm not counting the Netflix shows, which are popping off like flies, but they have better network TV because The Flash and Arrow are very, very good, and the comic books are better, and the animated movies are better. So it's
always have been the animated stuff.
It's about like comparing WWE and like the independents. It's like, you know, hey, here's this one thing that WWE does like impeccably that's like what, but then here's all these little things that DC's doing well, but that's not what everybody wants to look at. So, We're even getting some comic talk. This is just an awesome melting pot episode.
Yeah. This is what happens when I get involved. The conversation goes way off topic.
That's all of us.
That's all of us.
I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I'm pretty used to that.
Yeah, this
Conversation goes everywhere.
But this is why I like. This is why I like doing this live more than doing the tape version of the show. So,
yeah.
But yeah, time to.
We're just trying to stay away in front of the camera.
We got to say goodbye to the Lunatic Bay.
I gotta do it. Goodbye and good night. Bang!
All right, Lunatic Bay. It's an Adam Cole reference. I'm doing the Adam Cole thing. Aren't I funny? All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. All right. Well.
There's all of 2 matches. Thankfully, my memory's not that sharp.
Well, you know what? Do we even really need to talk? Do we really?
So,
no.
Spoiler alert.
We gotta run down the Evolution cards.
We do, but I gotta tell you what happened in the semifinals because the finals are at the Evolution.
Well, I'm gonna top off my water real quick.
It's real quick. 2 whole matches.
Yeah.
The semifinals. So it was Tony Storm versus. Yeah, now my brain's going to go blank. Excellent. Alright, I'm going to skip to the second match first thing. It is Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley.
Alright, I'm back.
It was a good match. I mean, it was the semifinals, so you can't complain about the quality of either of the matches as the semifinals. So, Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley with that ginormous villain thing she's doing where she's nasty, and Io Shirai being basically the female Rey Mysterio, as they keep basically comparing her to.
Well, see if anybody's chatting.
Yeah, let's see if anybody's
Anybody chatting? I know Ray was in here. We weren't ignoring you, Raybo, but we...
And then Meiko Satomura fought Tony Storm. That was awesome. Just go watch it. Tony Storm won. So I wasn't too surprised about the results of either of those matches. We have a little bit of...
New Titan Show DC Universe is great. Yep, I haven't seen it yet. I've heard mixed reviews. Thing about Gargano and Aleister Black. I'm looking to see where it goes. Because I'm not really... I kind of had like a fan theory that he would have been the one that attacked Aleister Black, but I really don't know how I feel about honestly taking the most white meat and good at it hero that was there.
Right.
And turn him to the dark side. So I'm gonna see like what direction they go in. He may end up being a better villain than he was a hero. This may fall flat on its ass. I don't know yet. Yeah, he said it's 100% not in the Bullet Club. That could also mean a number of things. Cody's tweet about that. It could mean the Elites becoming their own brand. We don't know. Like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're playing us and they're doing a damn good job because it has us in fear when we're supposed to be the people that know everything. Right. So
this is true. They could show up at Mania the very next day after the
God,
show.
I would love that. So I would get to have my cake and eat it too so badly. Then I would fucking love that.
I think you'll differ in opinion on that one, but I can't comment because I haven't seen it.
New Titan, yeah, that's what I saw that one. Like I haven't seen it yet either. I don't know.
The New Titan show.
I hear it's a good show, but like don't go in there like thinking you're getting the Teen Titans like comic book, and then maybe you'll be able to appreciate it.
I'll probably be fine then because I mostly base off animated stuff. So.
See, I'm a huge.
Right.
I'm a
I
huge.
might be all right.
Yeah, I'm a huge. I'm a huge fan of like classic Team George Perez Marvel Wolfman Titans from the '80s. So like.
I mean, I had to make a lot of allowances when Arrow first came on.
Right.
So.
So that's for. Let's get to. You're not done yet. I'm sorry.
No, I think I about wrapped it up. Tony Storm beat Meiko Satomura. That was an awesome match. Go watch that and watch Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai. Io Shirai won. So no surprise, it's going to be Io Shirai versus Tony Storm in the finals at Evolution.
And that's
one of the 7 matches.
And it's time for our Evolution predictions. So let's...
I can mostly do that off memory, probably. You want to just start with that one?
Yeah, let's start...
Or you want to... Alright. Please stand by.
But we'll just... Yeah, we'll see if it has like an order put up.
dun, dun, dun. Sports tries to give their own predictions. I don't like that. I just need cards.
We just need Wikipedia. It's always accurate. All right.
That'll work. I'll start at the bottom, work up to the main event. Yeah, there we go. The least important match first. 6-woman tag. Sasha Banks and Bayley, the Boston Hug Connection, plus Natalya for good measure, versus the Riot Squad.
Riot Squad.
Yeah, Riot Squad.
You definitely...
I mean, all they do, I feel like, on TV, all they've done is lose the different weird amalgamations of the different, good guys, but really, they need a win bad, and I just, I mean, let's not insult them. Let's give them a dang win. And a 6-woman tag should be their specialty. The Battle Royale, which has like 1 billion people in it. Oh, good. Look, we got the names.
Oh, we have
some
names
for you.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
So we got Tamina, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Asuka, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Carmella, Lana, Naomi, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Alundra Blaze.
She's not in the first Women's Royal Rumble, but she's busy not giving a clear prediction with JBL on the fucking pre-show.
Ivory, Kelly, Maria Kanellis, Molly Holly, and Zelina Vega.
And they're going to have, the commentators are going to do a spot of the match where it's like, Nia Jax, how's anyone going to eliminate her? Like they do with the Big Show every year in the Royal Rumble. Big Show, how's anyone going to eliminate the Big Show?
Right.
I'm going to go Asuka. I'm going to think, maybe...
Because it is for a future title shot.
And just out of everybody there...
The Vegas thing. The only other 2 people...
And that might be me thinking with my heart, not my head with how WWE goes.
Maybe, but... Well, yeah, I guess spoilers for later, but because of something I'm thinking about later with the Women's Championship match, I'm kind of leaning towards Asuka, too. My only other possibilities would be, either Ember Moon or...
maybe Naomi.
Naomi, yeah. Those would be the only 3.
Because Naomi, she won the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania, so it might be...
Yeah.
I think
if she wins...
Well... I think it may come down to Naomi or Asuka
here.
and be like the first Women's Battle Royal from WrestleMania versus the winner of the first Women's Royal Rumble.
Yep.
So...
One of those 2.
And I think I'm going to go... at that point I'm going to go Asuka.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm not sure because of what I'm predicting later. But
okay.
Anyway, so...
Remember they said it's a future title shot, so anything can happen.
Right, exactly. I think I'm going to go for Naomi just because... Yeah, I'm going to go with Naomi on this, and it'll become more clear why when we get on up there. Trish Stratus and Lita versus maybe Alexa Bliss and Nikki James. Last I heard, Alexa had a concussion. They may replace her with Alicia Fox and put someone else in the Battle Royal. I hadn't heard for sure. She's still on here right now, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Alexa Bliss.
But I'm gonna assume she's clear.
This is kind of gonna be weird. If Alexa Bliss is in that match, I'm picking Alexa and Nikki.
Fair.
If it's anybody else, Trish and... Because Alexa and Nikki, getting the win over, 2 legends like Trish and Lita, it's kind of like, ooh, look at these girls, look at what they... But if it just ends up really just being 2 villainous women, you want to have kind of that, hooray, legends, woo, kind of moment.
Yeah, I, on the other hand, think no matter who they fight, they're going to let the legends win.
Okay.
For that feel-good, nostalgic moment.
Again, I'm probably thinking,
You might be thinking a little bit too much with your heart on that one, but
yeah.
you never know. I mean, you really never know. All right, so the Mae Young Classic final, Io Shirai versus Toni Storm.
I'm going to go Toni Storm in this one.
I'm going to go with Shirai, but, this could go either way.
Yeah.
So epically. Toni Storm is going to be, the face of the women's NXT UK brand.
Yeah.
And Io Shirai, to my understanding, is going to the main NXT roster.
That's kind of because of the UK. Really, to push the UK brand.
UK, yeah. I understand that. But Shirai is so good. I'm just going to go with Shirai because that's who I'll be cheering for. But I mean, I'm not going to be upset if Tony wins by any means.
Right.
So, I don't think they've actually announced that. I'm not sure if they actually are going to do this one or not. So, possible spoiler, because they filmed NXT UK stuff and not aired it yet. From what I hear, Rhea Ripley won the NXT UK Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And this is claiming she's going to fight someone to be determined at the pay-per-view. I haven't heard this on any other site besides Wikipedia, so unless that's a breaking news thing, take that for what it's worth. I don't know, but if so, Rhea Ripley's going to retain.
Yeah.
She just won it.
Yep.
Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship.
I think Kairi Sane's gonna win this. I'm gonna go with Kairi Sane in this one because I think Shayna in the coming months. Well, I'm thinking Shayna Baszler in the coming months will be making her way to the main roster.
I would think so too.
But I could also see Shayna Baszler getting the title back because, and then Nikki Cross winning down the road on NXT. Right. So I'm going to go Kairi Sane just because I'm thinking Shayna's time with the main roster is coming soon. That could go both ways.
Right. I've been debating, and I finally landed on Shayna, but it could very well go your way. I was thinking that quite a bit, but I actually landed on Shayna, and that's, mostly because I predict at least one title change.
Right.
Because my prediction's on the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
Becky.
I think Becky's retaining as well.
I think Charlotte's going to... We kind of alluded to this earlier. I think Charlotte's going to lose here. Mm-hmm. I think she's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble this year and say, I want Ronda Rousey. Yep. Because that's a very, very marketable match for WrestleMania. Because you have Ronda Rousey, and then you have the daughter of Ric Flair.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
And I'm not trying to say that that's not like a slight on Charlotte at all, because she's her own woman. But it's just, if you're wanting to promote this to new eyeballs, which is what WWE wants to do with WrestleMania, maybe if they're not completely following the product, they're like, oh yeah, Ronda Rousey, and then they're like, who's this? Oh, that's Ric Flair's daughter? Yeah. Oh, I remember watching Ric Flair, and then that's how I go there. Didn't mean that at all as a slide on Charlotte, just kind of like from a marketability perspective. And then just imagine if Charlotte were to win at WrestleMania, how awesome that'd be. Yep. After getting more of those eyeballs on that product, it'd just be awesome. But right now, the awesomeness lies with Becky Lynch, and she is going to win, I believe.
Yeah, I agree, because, again, Charlotte's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's what we're both thinking. So, it probably is pretty clear from saying all that, we think Ronda Rousey's going to retain against Nikki Bella.
And this is kind of on the same side, like, my head and the I just did, I'm not going to say it's intelligent, but, use my head to talk about marketing Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey for WrestleMania. Right. And then now, I see that the main event's going to be Rousey versus Nikki Bella. And I'm not knocking both the ladies. Nikki Bella is so much better than she was when she debuted. Mm-hmm. And Ronda Rousey's, just Ronda Rousey,
Right.
I'm not going to hate on her like so many other people do, but, it is what it is. That's the main event of this first one, and not fucking the best motherfucking thing you got going on in your fucking company.
We don't know that, but that's probably more than likely.
Yeah.
Marketability and all
because Becky Lynch and Charlotte are just the fucking...
I mean, the Bella Twins have a reality show, so there's marketability in both sides.
I know, it's just...
Well, I'm just saying, part of business.
Part of it's just, I'm getting, the business side of me goes, I get it, but then, just the side of me going, and the best fucking thing in WWE is taking a back seat to that? What the fuck?
Oh, that's happened a lot lately.
Oh, yeah, it's just
so... The one time it didn't, the fans decided to count down with the clock every minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just
calling y'all out. Really, all of us. We should all be ashamed for this.
Yeah, if you did that, shame on you. Fuck you.
Right? I was ashamed for you. So, because I foresee both of them retaining, so I think Shayna's going to win, so we have at least one title change.
Right.
I feel like if they do Survivor Series the way they've done it the last few years,
the only night a year, but I don't know if they're doing it that way this year.
Well, I know they throw that best of both worlds thing, but it's still, there's no cross promotion fights. So
Mhm.
that whole the one night a year they fight each other. Yeah, I don't know if that's happening, but I'm just guessing it is based on their somewhat predictability. So if that's the case, it makes sense for Becky to have it. She'd be fighting Ronda Rousey. You don't give away Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series when you can do it at Mania, you know. And same with, that's why I lean either Asuka or Naomi for winning the Battle Royal. They can challenge Becky in the interim because they're both good guys and she's a villain. So
yeah,
yep. So anyway,
that's pretty much
wraps up Evolution. I hope it's good.
That's wrestling for the week.
Yeah.
Been a very shaky start to this whole episode, but I think we hit our stride and had one of our best ones. Had a lot of invigorating discussion.
We were topsy-turvy.
Yeah. And we also had some good comic discussion.
That's right. You know,
and,
you got a taste of everything.
And speaking of comics, if you like not just pro wrestling, but comic books, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture, please like and share and subscribe to check out all the content on this here YouTube channel. And if you like comic books, please go check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89 for more content from all of geek culture. As Jedi Jason Kruger, you don't have social media because he's got kids and he ain't got time for that shit. You know my Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89. But for Jedi Jason, I'm the Athletic Geek and the Lunatic Bay. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, indeed.
We are just 3 marks. We're out. Later.